Alec Pierce stood at the full-length mirror in his closet, adding diamond-encrusted cufflinks to each of his dress shirt sleeves. Cufflinks he'd never choose to own, let alone wear. The gaudy pieces of jewelry were a generous, her word not his, Christmas gift from his mother. As far as Alec was concerned, they were as ostentatious as she was. But she'd attend the gathering this evening, and without question, she'd eye his cuffs the second he walked through the door to make sure they were there. If not, he'd hear about their absence for the remainder of the evening and quite possibly the rest of his entire life. "You owe me," Blaine Crawford, his best friend, said as he came to the doorway of his bedroom, dropping his shoulder against the doorframe. "I do," Alec agreed for the second time in the last 10 minutes. "I mean, I'm expecting something big out of this. Like, remember Steven? You go out with that friend of his?" "No. Stop right there," Alec said, putting an end to that line of thinking before Blaine could even get the thought out. Alec gave himself a critical once-over before lifting his hands, moving a few gelled strands of hair around until he was pleased with his appearance. He looked young, but respectable. The only trendy thing he wore was his styled sandy blonde hair. The long-on-top look, so popular today, actually accented his face remarkably well. He had strayed from the classic cuts he'd always worn, growing out the top, keeping the sides cut short, much to the dismay of his entire snobby family. "No more pick-up-the-friend-for-me dates. I'm not doing that for you ever again. And before you regale me with all the reasons I should, let me remind you of New Year's Eve. I had to buy a new car to rid myself of the smell of your vomit. I was just being gracious while agreeing that I owed you anything." Alec gave Blaine a very pointed look, before shifting his gaze back to the mirror and speaking directly to his latest toy, his Amazon Echo. "Alexa, turn off my bathroom lights." "I need you to do this for me. I'm into Steven. He's worried about his friend and doesn't want to leave him alone. You're perfect to spend time with," Blaine said, as if Alec hadn't just completely shot him down. "You need to see the writing on the wall. Steven's into his friend, and you need to move on. I keep telling you that." "Now you need to listen to me," Alec said, taking his wallet and his cell phone off the dresser, then grabbing his suit jacket before again speaking to the Echo. "Alexa, I'm leaving." He listened for her agreement before using his finger to motion Blaine through the house toward the garage. His friend took several steps backward, giving his best beseeching gaze as the alarm began its 45-second countdown to arming. "Honestly, I haven't told you, but I think Steven could be the one,"